Jai Sriman Narayan.
Jai Sriman Narayan.
Jai Sriman Narayan. Jai Sriman Narayan. I pay my obeisances to my spiritual master, Srimad Jagadguru Sudarshan Acharyaji Maharaj. I pay my obeisances to Lord Sri Ramanuj. I pay my obeisances to the Purva Acharyas. I pay my obeisances to the 12 Alvars. I pay my obeisances to Mother Lakshmi. And I pay my obeisances to Lord Sriman Narayan. Welcome those that are present here at the Sri Narayan Dham in Durban, South Africa. I welcome those that's going to be watching, those that are watching this discourse. I welcome those that's watching this discourse live, locally, nationally, and internationally. And I welcome those that's going to be watching this discourse when it is posted in the various groups from around the world. We continue our topic relating to the month of the Ramanujans, and it gives me great pleasure in reminiscing the first time that I saw GURUMA. GURUMA is the wife or Gurupatni of my spiritual master, Swami Sudarshan Acharyaji Maharaj. Although I did not have the opportunity to see my spiritual master whilst he was in his material body, I had the opportunity of interacting with GURUMA, and I can say intimately. My very first meeting with GURUMA was in August 2013, or I think before that, in July 2013, when we went for Guru Purnima and we were afforded the opportunity to go and meet her in her quarters. And I think Mataji had bought some presents for her, and we gifted her with these presents. The second time we saw her was in the same visit of 2013, Guru Purnima. This time it was a very sorrowful and heart-rending experience. However, when we went to meet her, she sat on a bed and GS Bawa informed GURUMA that we would be continuing his mission in South Africa. and she blessed myself, Mataji and Shaun. And quite interesting is that on that day, or that morning prior to the blessings, Shaun had taken out various photographs on our camera, and then he took out photographs in GURUMA's quarters, and we also had the privilege to meet at that time the president of the Sri Sidhdata Ashram, Swami Madhusudan. He also gave us his blessings to continue Guruji's mission in South Africa. And I think if my transcribers can find these photos became MISTY. Exactly the same mist that my transcriber for tonight, HEMIATA, filmed a few weeks ago or a few months ago. This mist was heavy in the, or mistiness should I say, was heavy in Guruji's quarters, and even when we came out of the quarters onto the balcony where we met Madhusudan Acharya, Swami Madhusudan. Immediately after that photo, all the other photos were crystal clear. And when we showed this to GS Bawa, he said that this was Guruji's soul force being present when we were being blessed to start this mission. So that was my second meeting with GURUMA. My third meeting with GURUMA was 2 years later, when I went to India to report the success of the institution and to take further instructions on how I should coordinate this huge following that I had gathered in South Africa. And to my dismay, I found that the Sri Sidhdata Ashram, GURUMA and the two sons had split. She was with Madhusudan Acharya and the reigning Guru was on the other side. I saw GURUMA cry. I was in her presence when she cried. We don't have a common language. She was speaking in English, in Hindi, and I was speaking in English. And Sumit Sharma, the brother-in-law of Madhusudan Acharya, was the translator. And it was very, very sorrowful. This meeting broke me to pieces. I was in my second year of spirituality. Sri Sidhdata Ashram was my very essence. Everything in my life revolved around the Sri Sidhdata Ashram. I gave up all my material opulences, my relationships, my political status. I left everything in my life to forward this mission of my Guruji and his ashram, and to go all the way to India and to find this ashram split in two. I was torn to pieces. I could not understand the perfection of my spiritual master and the imperfection of what had occurred. Notwithstanding my dilemma, I withstood great discomforts in India, and I came back to South Africa and I continued unabated in my Guru's mission. It gave me greater strength and greater resolve, for now I knew that he had placed the baton in my hand, and I had to pluck up the strength. I had to shoulder my Guru's birth, my Guru's teachings, and my Guru's relevance in this material lifetime. I had to shoulder this great Guru's resolve, and that was to alleviate the suffering of mankind. I saw many two-faced. Not only saw, I experienced two-faced promoters of Guruji. They would cry in the presence of an audience and become the opposite in real life. And these things hurt me deeply. It moved the very core of my being, that such a great Guru took his birth and there was no one that was taken in 100% seriously. And Mataji and I, we resolved within ourselves that notwithstanding whatever happens, we are going to make sure that the glory of Guruji is never diminished. I saw GURUMA for the third time in 2017. Again, there were many that were trying to ambush this mission. Where they had failed, I had succeeded. And the only reason I succeeded, I love my spiritual master and not what he gives. I love him. And that became the difference between myself and others in Durban that were promoting him. So they tried to ambush my mission as our institution began to gain popularity, and there were rumors that I was not a bona fide disciple. So I took two devotees, Melissa Mohandas and Vasudeva Ramanujans, to India to verify whether I was bona fide or not. And Guruji being Guruji, always has a few tricks up his sleeve. Right up to today, Guruji always has a few tricks up his sleeve. So he made us spend our 2 weeks with his grandsons, 2 grandsons, 1 week with one grandson and the other week with the other grandson. And by spending this time with his grandsons, we learned volumes about who Guruji really is. That which is not published on websites or in books. We were taken to Guruji's secret places where he meditated and observed and underwent penances and austerities for many years of his life. But it was our meeting with GURUMA that was the cherry on the cake. There is a video, I hope they can locate it. And you can see GURUMA, the minute she saw me walk into the room, she was sick that day, but the minute she saw me walk into that room, the video will reveal itself. You can see she burst, her face shone like 1,000 suns. Her face burst into a huge, huge glow. We verified our status and I came back to South Africa. This was my experience with GURUMA. And Bawa, GS Bawa, in his discussions informed us that GURUMA was a great personality serving and cooking food for all the devotees of the Sri Sidhdata Ashram when it started being developed in the forest. Mataji does the same here every morning. She gets up with a heavy schedule, washing, cleaning and cooking. We have devotees that live on site, and I'm sure both GURUMA and Guruji are both pleased to see that although we both are totally insignificant to them, but we are continuing in the trend that they have set. And we hope that we have the strength to nurture another couple before we close our eyes, so that this great stream of my spiritual master does not end abruptly when we end. Aside from GURUMA, Mataji here, many female devotees have also exhibited their strength and energy in maintaining, sustaining and promoting this organization. Many of them did a sterling job But when they were pulled into Tamogun, it was unfortunate that they had to leave. And currently, we still have a few that are working to the best of their ability. And I would like to, I asked somebody to see when HEMIATA's birthday was, whether it was in May, and I didn't get an answer on that, so I'll just take this opportunity to thank her for all that she has done in this ashram. I remember early on, she was very depressed when she saw the dilapidated condition of this ashram, when the floors were laid, but they were not shining. The yard around us was not landscaped. This was an ordinary building, and she was very depressed that why Guruji had placed us in this predicament. She could not understand Guruji's Leela. And HEMIATA was, I think, a little upset that Guruji's disciple, myself and Mataji, were suffering. We had no water, we had no lights. For months on end, we used to bring water from standpipes in 20-liter containers, keep it in our kitchen, and use the same water to wash dishes, to bath, and to cook. And this tore HEMIATA apart. She came here for some healing, and I think this did more damage than the healing that she came for. But I explained to her, which she could not understand at that point in time, that this is what Gurus and the Gurupatnis go through. It's a must. Gurus have to go through this process. And when we sent our video today and Shaun did the walk around, I saw HEMIATA commented that the ashram is coming out very beautiful. So instead of beating her chest and crying, HEMIATA got involved in the ashram. She got involved financially, and she also got involved physically. And she has done a lot of physical work in this ashram. She loves the animals to bits. Ram and Sita, our 2 dogs, have a vet. Our 2 go-matas have a vet. We have on this property 2 donkeys, 8 goats, and a few poultry. And HEMIATA ensures, even during lockdown, that there is not a grain of food short for them. So the Sri Narayan Dham would like to thank her for a selfless heart that she has and a love that she has for the animals. So this strength is a live wire that courses through females. And I remember even Guruji, his grandsons, told us that he also had females in the forefront of the Sri Sidhdata Ashram. When I was at the Jayar Ashram, in 2018, I also saw Chinnajaya Swami had a female in the forefront of his ashram. So this is the Sri Sampradaya. And females play a very, very active role. It is their heartbeat that becomes the heartbeat of the Sri Sampradaya. And I want to answer HEMIATA's question. When a few discourses away, she asked me if the head of the Sri Sampradaya and the first Guru is Mother Lakshmi, then why are there no female Gurus? And I commented that from the time I started my satsangs, I always gave females opportunities. I think I was the first Guru in current time to even allow females to discourse internationally. And I also offered her that if she wants, she can come and surrender fully, take initiation, and become a female Guru in the Sri Sampradaya. But seriously, notwithstanding the fact that females have not taken an official Guru position, their endeavor in the background cannot go unnoticed. Behind every Sri Sampradaya ashram around the world, the power of the females are keeping these institutions relevant. And this power that they get come from Mother Lakshmi herself. For this Sampradaya belongs to the female. It belongs to Mother Lakshmi. And the reason I went deep in discussing the female aspect of the Sri Sampradaya is because the next Alvar is Andal, A-N-D-A-L, and she was a female. Andal was a female. Mother Lakshmi takes three manifestations as Sri Devi, as Bhu Devi, and as Neela Devi. As Sri Devi, she rejoices in the heart of Lord Sriman Narayan. As Bhu Devi, Lord Sriman Narayan rejoices, or she rejoices in the vision of Lord Sriman Narayan. And as Neela Devi rejoices by singing for Lord Sriman Narayan. So these are the three manifestations Mother Lakshmi takes to connect herself through these three dimensions of Lord, or through these three dimensions to Lord Sriman Narayan. When she took her birth as Andal incarnated in the Bhu Devi form of Mother Lakshmi. And let us pay our obeisances to her. Goda, Goda, or Andal. I worship Sri Ranganatha's consort, in brackets, Goda or Andal, who was born in a Tulsi grove in the month of Asada, Asadha, in brackets, July-August, under the influence of the asterism, and I'll spell PURVAPHALGUNI, Purva Phalguni, and in brackets, 11th stellar mansion, close brackets, in Pandya, Pandya, capital Pandya, in Pandya kingdom, and in brackets, as an incarnation of Bhudevi, supporter of the universe. So, you can see the connection of the Sri Sampradaya, the vibrancy of the Sri Sampradaya, and the impetus of the female aspect that keeps the Sri Sampradaya ever streaming eternally. Jai Shri Ram.